Good afternoon. It is Thursday, November 6th. Time for your planning briefing from the National Weather Service in Missoula, Montana. Key point here is we've got a quick moving cold front late tonight with generally snow above 4,500 feet and rain below that point. We do have some travel concerns over those mountain passes through Friday morning, and we'll see showers lasting through much of the day as well. We'll start to stabilize out this weekend with a ridge of high pressure building in place, so we'll likely see an increased chance for valley fog or low stratus, which could mean that our diurnal temperature swings are a little bit more subdued. We don't necessarily have those warm afternoons and really cold mornings. So we'll be watching for that, and we've got minimal, if any, chances for precipitation after tonight's storm. So here's a little infographic we put together today for the cold front late tonight, generally 4 to 10 a.m. for Friday morning. We are really stressing those mountain passes and roadways above 4,500 feet, especially Lookout, Lost Trail, Homestake, the Phillipsburg to Anaconda region, including Georgetown Lake, and also Lolo Pass, Marias Pass, etc. What we can expect are a couple hours of moderate to heavy snow. This is not going to be a long duration event. It'll be pretty quick hitting. We'll see gusty winds near 40 miles an hour, if not greater, especially at some of those passes, and temperatures dropping from the 30s into the 20s. And that could be pretty concerning for the road conditions. Also, reduced visibility as well. Here's a satellite image, that quick moving cold front racing onshore right now. That's going to be bringing us our weather maker for later tonight and into tomorrow morning. Here's some snowfall forecast ranges. Generally, not a whole lot of snow out of this, but like I said, it's going to be quick hitting. So we'll see those intense snowfall rates about a half an inch to an inch an hour for a very short time period early Friday morning. And those temperatures, like I said, cooling off from the 30s into the 20s, making for a pretty quick freeze up on the roadways. Here's a probability chart for 1 inch an hour snow rates or greater at some point Friday morning. 10% chance for Homestake, 20% for Lookout and Georgetown Lake, 25% for Lolo Pass, and 50% chance for that 1 inch an hour rate up at Lost Trail Pass, which is actually a pretty good probability for that. The timing, here it is listed out in Mountain Standard Time, entering Lookout by 4 a.m. This front will be tracking from west to east. So Lolo by 5, Lost Trail by 6, Georgetown Lake area by about 7 o'clock in the morning, and then Homestake closer to 8 or 9 o'clock on your Friday morning. Also, lesser chance for those snowfall amounts up towards Marias Pass, but we could still get on those gusty winds and lower visibility. About a 10% chance for inch an hour rates up there at Marias Pass, and the timing for that would be right around 6 o'clock on your Friday morning. Here's what the probabilities look like for a quarter mile visibility or less. These are actually very high. Lolo Pass, 80% chance. Lost Trail, 70% chance. Lookout Marias, 60%. Georgetown Lake, 50. Homestake Pass, 30. And can't forget McDonald Pass. Again, one of those areas that may not see the greatest snow totals, but still issues with wind and visibility for your Friday morning. Quick little recap here on precipitation over the last 36 hours. The highest totals we're along and west of the divide, especially as you're on I-90 headed north. So far northwestern Montana through portions of the upslope region of north central Idaho, doing fairly well with over a half an inch in many locations. And then again, that secondary little pocket there up towards the Bob Marshall and portions of the Flathead National Forest. Here's what we can expect over the next several days. The highest chances for precipitation will be late tonight through early Friday morning. Those chances taper off through the day on Friday, and then we're left with a pretty dry weekend overall with maybe a couple sneaker showers trying to sneak in by early next week. Otherwise, we're going to be talking about the winds a lot. West to southwesterly winds ramping up through the day today and into the overnight, lasting through much of the day Friday as well. We could see some gusts up to 50 miles an hour at some of those mountain passes up towards the Continental Divide. Otherwise, generally 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts should be pretty common, even in some valley locations as we head all the way through your Friday afternoon. As far as temperatures and relative humidities are concerned, we do have a general cooling trend through the day on Friday. But once we get that ridge in place, some more stable conditions, there is a chance that we may not reach some of these daily mins or maxes just because those clouds and the fog might just keep us a little bit too insulated to really have those large diurnal swings. And kind of the same thing with the relative humidity forecast. Some of these daily minimums may not be reached, especially in the valley locations. But otherwise, if you're up on the slopes or in those higher elevations where you have a little bit more sunlight, you should still be able to warm up effectively during the afternoon and cool off at night. A couple key points as we head towards the long term. We've got that ridging in place through at least 13th of November. So we'll be expecting stable, stagnant, and dry conditions. And then we're going to expect a breakdown sometime thereafter with long range ensembles and pretty good agreement for a long wave trough over the region for the 15th through 18th timeframe, and that would bring in some cooler and wetter conditions. So here's what the 6 to 10 day outlook It looks like not a whole lot of change since the last time you saw this. Still kind of mild, a little bit wet. But as we head towards the 8 to 14-day outlook, it looks like the temperatures kind of back off a little bit, and we still keep a wet precipitation outlook in place. So that's good news. Thank you for watching. The next scheduled briefing will be on Sunday, this November 9th. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day and a great weekend.